Good morning, chums. Welcome back to our little channel. I hope you're all well. Welcome to a very early morning. I must be bonkers. It is currently... It doesn't sound too bad actually when you say it, but it's 5:25 in the morning. I was up at 3:30 this morning to get up here. We've come up to a lovely beach in Northumberland. Fancied a bit of a change, get away from the codling hunt on the Tyne for a little while and come and do a bit of scratching. But it's a wondrous morning, there's hardly any wind and it's beautiful. The moon's just up behind there, well you can't see it, it's slightly covered, and it's just a glorious morning. So just to quickly before I set up, I've got one rod out. I'll say that again, it is early, you've got to excuse us. I do have one out. Hang on, we'll try it one more time. I do have one rod out already, fishing away there. So I don't know what the weed situation's like, but looking at the beach, I'm going to say that there's hardly any weed. There's not much to say on, there's a lovely little bit of a surf. I can't really see much at the moment because it's pitch black. I've just come straight onto the beach. I did look best I could for holes, white water, but I don't think there is any at the minute. So I'll put the tide up in the top for you. Ding! It's a spring tide, it's a biggish one, and I'm going to fish it into the light. So we're going to fish first light this morning. Hopefully, if this wind stays off, I'll be able to get you some nice drone footage as well, which will be nice because the drone hasn't been up for a while. But yeah, we're out fishing. Base of today, I've got frozen salted mackerel, I've got fresh blow lug, and I've got ragworm I've had for a week. It's okay, but it needs used. Target, anything. We're scratching around. Flounder, probably the main quarry. Got a chance of a dab, possible turbot, but it's late. Because it's dark, I'm just going to check that rod actually behind us. Because it's dark, we do have a chance of coley and flounder as well. Codling, it's not impossible, but on the baits and the rigs I'm using, probably not. I'm using a 1 up, 1 down, size 2 scratching hooks for now. I may change that up, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to get the second rod set up and get myself all sorted out, and I'll bring you back. Right, I've kind of got base camp sorted now. Now the rod I put out before is broken loose and it's shot off up the beach there, so would be nice to think it was a fish, but I don't think so. But I'm going to get it in. I'll keep the camera on while I get this first one in. Let's see if we've got weed. But it's pulled quite a way down. I think it's just getting pulled around, to be honest. There's nothing there. Oh, I don't know. We've got a first cast fish. I'll go down and check. There's a little bit of weed on me line, I can see it now. Just grass weed, can deal with that. I don't like getting a fish first cast, so I'm kind of hoping there's not one. Oh, there is. It's what I expected. It's what I expected in darkness. White in there. I'll get my lamp off so you can have a look. It's on worm. It's kind of a curse and not at the same time. Come here, son. Just got him through the mouth. I've only got size 4s on that one. Let's knock this off for you. Surprise, surprise. I come out the river to get away from them in their first cast. A whiting. He's a little beauty, probably sized. Oh, he's very lively. I'll get him back. At least I've got a better survival rate on the beach. I'm going to get this one back. It'll be 2 minutes. Right, that one was on lugworm, straight lugworm. And in true fisherman fashion, I know we'll all do this, so don't say you don't. I've left my cloth at home, so I have 0 to wipe my hands on. I'm going to have to fill my bucket with water, which I normally do anyway. And just use some newspaper or something. I took it out because it was smelling like a wet dog, so I took it out and put it in the washer last night. I've left it there. We've got a beautiful moon out at the moment. Don't know if you'll catch it. Actually, I'm going to turn you around and see if we can get it. Maybe you're seeing that. It'll probably be a way distance away, but it's a lovely moon. It's not quite full. I don't know what you call it when it isn't just quite full, but it's not quite full, but they are spring tides. Right. I'm going to keep an eye on these now. I know there's white in there. They'll move off as soon as the light comes. Get this one back out. Try again, then I'll explain to you exactly what I'm using today. Right, both rods back out again, fishing. So today I'm using me 1 up, 1 down on one rod with size 4s because I'm scratching. And on the other rod I've got a 3, 2 up, 1 down with size 2s on. Again scratching, but I can put slightly bigger baits on those. So I'm mixing it up between the ragworm, lugworm, salted mackerel. You can come down here and fish squid if you like, but I was trying to avoid the whiting best I could. But I don't think we're going to. I'm sure that rod's going behind me back. I don't think we're going to avoid them until the light comes up. Gear of today, I know a lot of people ask, just my usual. I'm on my Shimano Ultegra 5.5s. I've got the Century LD, the Tip Tornado LD, and the Achios Curie with the power tip in because I wasn't sure what the sea was going to be like, and I wanted to fish up to 5-ounce leads, which the power tip fishes 5 to 6, so it's a bit good balance anyway. And apart from that, everything's the same, so there's not going to be a lot to show you unless I can bring you some fish. I think there's another angler right at the top of the beach. I can see a headlight, but sometimes the dog walkers have a headlight as well. Until it gets light, but I think it's going to be a cracking morning, to be honest with you, and hopefully I'll get you some sunrise on the drone. We'll play it by ear, but we've probably got another hour or so before we get light. Yeah, probably another hour-ish. So we might get some whiting up until then, and then I think they'll dissipate, and then we've got a chance of the flounder. I am after some chunky flounder. We're getting that time of year now where the flounder are going to start getting ready to spawn, so hopefully pick some decent ones up. I think I've just had a big bite behind me back again. Right, I'm going to keep an eye on this and I'll bring you back. Picking up a lot of grassweed now. There's a lot of it. Yeah, there's a lot of weed there. I think there may be a fish on as well, but we've got a flag going on here. Proper flagship this is. We've definitely got something scrapping there unless I've got a massive ball of weed. Got mackerel on this one. Not a mackerel, obviously. Yeah, we've got fish. I think it's a whiting again. And my leader not stuck, so I'm going to have to drag it up the beach. Oh no, it's not. It's a target species. I've got a lot of weed though. I'll go and grab that fish. Don't think you'll be able to see us very well, but right, I'm just going to quickly get this weed off first. It's a little bit manic. I think it's just come down in a big spud, if that's what you can call it, because both rods have been pulled to the north pretty fast there. Get that off. I don't think I've pulled that weed off, actually. I think I've just pushed it down the line. Chaos. It's chaos, me chums. I know you're not seeing much of it, I'm sorry. Right, so this one had mackerel on. And we've got a flounder straight away. I'll clear that mess in a minute. Surprised there's this much weed, to be quite honest with you. It's there's no sea on as such. We've got a lot of weed, and I still haven't filled me bucket with water yet because I like to let the fish revive. This is on the 3-hoop rig, but we're off the mark with the flounder. Give you a quick look before I get him sorted out. There you go. Turn my lamp off. 1 second. There you go. First flounder of the morning. Not a bad one. Very good size. I'm going to get him unhooked and I'll bring you back when I'm a bit more sorted out. Right, so third cast. Got a massive ball of weed and there's a fish on the bottom. Another thing, the weed is worse than I thought. The other rod's getting pulled all over. Got a little whiting on the bottom as well. I'm going to get this off. He looks a bit worse for wear, him like. Had my rod stand over that. There's that much weed. I'll just stood on the fish. On a bit of a calamity. So it's pulling us straight across because I think there's so much weed. It will ease off, but I might just fish one rod at the moment until it goes off. The fish are still there. but there's a lot of weed there as well. Tiff's getting pulled all over the place there. Right, I'm going to keep an eye on this, bring you back when I sort this fish out. So there's the flounder from before. Give a proper look before I put it back. Shane's favourite, holderness cod father, this is for you. He loves these things. I actually do like them, but Shane's not a fan. That's the flounder there, and we've got the whiting as well, which is revived now. He's just a little tinker. Oh, he's a little tinker, all right. He's definitely revived. That's why I like the bucket. There you go. He's a bit too feisty. I'm going to put him back. That's why I like the bucket. Keep them, get them refreshed, get them back. Got a higher survival rate. I'm still struggling with the weed. And as always, it's always difficult to film for you in the dark. I know there's not much for you to see, I'm sorry, but we are fishing into daylight, so things will improve. And for anyone new to fishing, because I know a lot of new people do watch the channel, the tactic I'm using today, what we call scratching, it is a term, and I use it a lot, and some people may think, what the heck does that mean? But basically, scratching is a term for when you're putting rigs out to catch anything. You're not targeting a certain species. It's derived from the match fishing, using small hooks, smallish baits, and you're scratching about to see what fish are there to catch anything. It's a tactic I used to use as a match angler, just to try and weigh in or get some weight or length, or if it was a measure match, whatever. But it's a scratching rig basically. 1 up, 1 downs, small hooks. You can't really fail. I've got duck leads on today, so they are moving around a little bit, but they're holding slightly. The only thing that's stopping me from holding bottom is that weed at the moment. But I think that's going to subside as we get near the bottom. But I'm going to fish it down, and I'm going to fish it a little bit up, and I'm waiting for the traffic to ease off, so I'll probably aim to leave at about 9:30, 10 o'clock. But we'll crack on. I'll get these fish back now. Right, we've got a double shot that time. It's a flounder there. It's on the 2 rig, and another ting. Quite a long lean ting, but welcome all the same. At least there's fish out there. The ting will ease off as soon as that the light comes up. But I'll get these unhooked. I know I can't show you very much because it's dark, but we'll get there. We'll get there once the light comes up, don't worry. Well, it's been pretty hectic so far. There's quite a lot of whiting about. There's still flounders there. What a beautiful morning though. I can only tell you how it is unless you do this yourself. On the beach first thing in the morning, isn't even light yet. The sky's clear, I can see all the stars. I can smell the sea, I can hear it, I can see it, touch it. There's just nothing better in the world. You just can't beat it. It's unbeatable. This is truly my happy place. The beach is where I love being. I was just born into fishing. I feel like I was born into fishing, and I was born into being next to the sea. Just that the smell of the salt, the seaweed. Rods bouncing all over because there's weed on them. But I hope everyone's well. I hope you're getting out. As always, I like to check in on you, make sure you're okay. I hope when you've been getting out, you've been getting some nice fish. There's been some lovely cod caught on the beaches and the rocks in the northeast. Not by me, but I don't mind. It's lovely to see them. And congratulations to you guys who've been getting the lumps out. I haven't quite lost the light yet, but can't say anything, can you? Hang on a second, chum, sorry about that. That might help a little bit. Sorry about that. Probably seen everything in darkness there. Yeah, another ting. Cracking bite off the little fella, that skinny bugger. Picking up the species today, me chums. Little coley there, look at that little beauty. Such a rattler as well. The thing is, with these rods, they're so sensitive, that's why I enjoy using them. I'll tell you one thing with chums, there's a distinct lack of flounder. Well, I know we've had a couple. Normally, this time of year on this beach, with the baits that I'm using, you would pick a lot more flounder up. Although I do prefer, personally, it's just my opinion, I do prefer smaller tides for this particular beach. I like them kind of medium to small tides when it doesn't empty out too much. But on the plus side, with it being a spring and it's emptied out, I'm on the second sandbar, and there's a good little hole in front of us here actually. To the left of us as the lights come up, I've noticed that I am in the right place because there's white water there. It's quite dark here. There's more depth to the south of the beach than there is to the north. But it's a beautiful morning, as I say. I mean, you can see behind us there, the backdrop's absolutely stunning. This is what I come out for. Catching the fish is absolutely secondary to me. If you've watched the channel long enough, and I say this a lot, I know I keep repeating myself, but it's not all about catching fish. It's about getting out, getting some nice fresh air, and I feel alive. It was a struggle getting up this morning, I'm not going to lie. I mean, the alarm was set for 3 o'clock, and it was a struggle. But I've got a couple of days off work, so I'll get this done this morning and enjoy the rest of my day. I might possibly get out tomorrow, I don't know. I've took a little bit of a break from fishing the time for the codling because the tides are huge and I know what's going to happen. If you've seen the other video a couple of weeks back, or was it last week? I think it might have been last week, I can't remember, it depends which order they're going. It was just absolute chaos with all the trees in there, and the tide rip is horrendous, and the marks are fish on the tide. I purposely fish them because of the tide rip, but they're manageable on a medium tide. On the bigger tides, they're not manageable and they attract a lot of rubbish. So I'll be giving that a miss. I may still get out tomorrow, I don't know. We'll see. You get like an hour or 2 hours tops when you choose the time of your tide, and that's it. But anyway, I'm blithering on. As I said earlier, I hope everyone's getting out. I hope you're getting fish. I hope you're all well. And thank you very much to all of you who've been watching the channel and going back over the old stuff that I've got on the channel. It's just fantastic. There is a lot on there. That was a bite, that was. That was the breaker. It's definitely not. Definitely not that was. There's a lot of very shallow on the left. Depth's over here. No wonder this one hasn't been doing very well over that way in the dark. This one's been kicking the fish out. More water there. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, please consider dropping a subscribe for me. It makes a massive difference. I don't care about anything else. If you're watching the videos and getting something from it and it's getting you out fishing or you're learning something, that's job done. That's fantastic. I don't care about anything else really, but if you could subscribe, that would be great. It does help me a little bit. But yeah. And all you guys who've been with us for quite some time, I really truly appreciate it, as you know. That side's lifting a little bit. I didn't realise there's a bit of a hump on back there. It's about a 3 foot swell at the back end there. I'm very surprised when I'm seeing any little bass when it was dark. Anyway, I can show you more when the light comes up properly. I'm hoping to get you some footage, some nice drone footage, because it's a nice calm day. We'll give it another hour or so and then we should have some light. More little mini species, there we go. Sorry, I'll get the light out of the way. A little tiny little postage stamp there. It doesn't beat the smallest I've had, which was 11 centimetres, I don't think, but you know what? I'm going to measure it anyway. A little blight has 18. There we go. They're still hanging around. They're everywhere. Can't get away from them. It's not a big cully, but it's better than the last one that we got. I'm happy to catch anything, mate. Oh. Got to get that headlamp off. I'm partaking a little cheers, a little warm beverage at Bovril, just to warm the cockles. Oh, it's nothing better. It's quite nippy. It's 3 degrees this morning, not as in the 3 degrees the musical band. I've just realised that my mic's been off, so some of the footage might be missing. So if it's a bit weird and there's a gap, it's because of that. I think my mic might have been switched off. Never mind. Right, we're going to get this on. It's been out for a while. Beautiful morning. Just a lack of there's a lack of flounderage. What the hell's that over there? That's the only problem. A lack of flounderage. I may have something here. I think I picked me other line up here. Dear me. Pick me other rig up. I'm hoping that with my microphone being off, I haven't missed too much footage out, but if I have to, I'll do a little voicey over it. I was probably just blabbing on anyway, so probably wasn't that interesting. But in case you didn't hear what I said earlier, I am into the kind of last hour now. It's on the flood. I'm only going to fish about an hour up and then I'll be off. Get this one rebaited. Tighten that line up actually, because I've just pulled half it in, haven't I? I don't particularly I don't particularly rate this beach much on the flood. Tend to get a lot of fish on the drop, and the flood doesn't fish quite as well in my own experience, but depends on time of year, the tides and the conditions. But we'll give it another hour or so. I'll get these baited up and get it back out. So as a point of interest, if it is something that interests you, and when I'm doing me baits, especially me mackerel, what I do is I salt me mackerel and I freeze it down and I vacuum pack it like this. It's defrosted now, but I just vacuum pack it like this, so I've got nice handy little packs, and that's salted, so it's a lot tougher. You've probably seen salted mackerel's been around for years, absolute years. You've probably seen it all before, but it's basically just mackerel that you salt and it toughens the skin up, so it makes it a bit easier to use. And then I vacuum pack it's kind of 2 fillets in a pack, I think I put in. So it might be something you want to look at if you fancy getting yourself a little vacuum packer. They're cheap. You can get them online. There's tons of different types. I have used a lot in the past, and I've been through some really crap ones there, but the one I've got at the minute's really good. I think it's by a company called Butcher's Sundries. It's obviously made for butchers for vacuum packing their meat and stuff. Might be worth checking out. But yeah, get yourself a vacuum packer. They're not only good for stuff like this, but they're good for your wraps, your crab, anything like that. Just keep your bait nice and fresh. Gets all the air out and stops it getting freezer burnt. This morning's snack of choice, chums. Whoa! Something a little bit different. Don't forget, other early morning confectionaries are available. Well, they're starting to turn up, my chums, but they're not big. Another little flounder there. More than welcome on a brisk morning, but not as big as I would expect. But we'll get them unhooked and get them back. Tide's well on the flood now. Getting little indications, but I think they're just small fish. Probably just those small flatties. Bit of a shame that I haven't had anything decent size, but that's just the way it goes. Still lovely to be out though. It's been a little bit disappointing on the flounder front, to be fair. Normally you would get a lot more in the air, and generally an hour on the flood. We're currently coming up to an hour and a half, up to 2 hours on the flood, and it's gone dead. But doesn't matter. It's a cracking morning, beautiful. There's not many people out, to be honest. A few walking the dogs, but it's going to be a beautiful day. The sun is quite deceiving. It's not as warm as it might look on camera. It's pretty numb. My hands are cold. I think it's still about 3 degrees. Maybe it's a bit less now, I don't know. which is contradictory because the sun's come up, but there's no heat in that sun whatsoever. But I'll persevere with this for a little bit longer and see if we can't eke anything out before we go. I've dropped that one about 40 yards. I mean, that isn't short in the scheme of flatfish fishing. What I call short's normally a 10-yard lob. Sometimes you pick them up. But today they're being particularly irksome. They don't want to know. Right. We've got a bit of weight on this one. This is the 3-hook rig. Could we possibly pick something up? I'm just going to go down my chums. I'm sorry if I leave you there. I like to meet anything that I have in the surf line. This went out with 3 hooks full of mackerel, and it's quite, feels like there's a bit of weight there. What do I have? Nothing on the top hook, so I can see that. Do I have one fish or twa? It's landed properly here. There's the surf. That is a wow. 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 What a beast. Well, that's what we've been waiting for. That is what we have been waiting for, me chums. This is the type of flounder I've been trying to target. Now that is a flounder. He's a big one. I'm going to bring you over here because the sun's blaring and you probably can't see it. And I'll get him unhooked. I'll be 1 second. Some crap on the camera. I'll get him unhooked and I'll get him unclipped and I'll give you a look. Big mackerel bait that was. I thought it was 2 fish. Obviously not. This is the stamp of flounder that we've been looking for. That is a big flounder. I'm going to get him unhooked. I'm going to put him in the water down here because I don't want to harm him. I'm going to say he's pushing 40 centimetres. But I'll get him unhooked and I'll bring you back. But yes! That's the type of flounder I was here for today. I'll get you a look in a second. Right, there we go, me chums. Here comes the bruiser. He's a big one, isn't he? My box only goes to 37. I think he's about 40, 41. I say he. I don't know what. Could be a he or a she. I think they're hermaphrodite. I don't know. Beautiful fish though. Big flounder. Beautiful. Very pleased with that. And then that beautiful morning sun. Absolutely fantastic, eh? Right, I'll get him rested up in the bucket. We'll get him back. Right, me little salty poppadoms. That's it, I'm going to call it a day. But before I do, I want to show you the smallest catch of the day. And I promise you I didn't put this on as bait. Little sand eel. Hooked it. I'm surprised nothing took that. What I would like to think is there was a fish on the bottom hook and it spat the hook and that sand eel's come out with it, but no, I think I've just foul hooked it. But anyway, that's it. It's gone quiet. It's bright sunshine now. I've had a great morning. I've enjoyed myself and I hope you have too. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Getting out and enjoying yourself. But I've had a great morning. Fishing's been okay, not fantastic. Had that cracking flounder at the end there, which made it all worthwhile. And it's all about getting out, getting in your headspace, you know, getting it cleared. And I've cleared the work out of my system for now. I've got a day off tomorrow. Absolutely smashing. Before I go, I'm going to say I did get an anonymous contribution towards the channel of somebody. They didn't leave their name, so you know who you are if you watch all the time. Thank you very much for that. I don't need it, but I'm not going to say no when you feel like you want to contribute to the channel and help. But I don't ever think that you need to give anything to me. Just you watching the videos and subscribing is enough for me. And if you get something out of it and it helps your fishing even better. Honestly, I don't ask for anything. I do this for the love of it, and that's a fact. But if you are new, please consider hitting the subscribe button. As always, hit the notification bell. Then every time I put a video up, you're going to know. You'll see that it's up. To you people who've been with me a long time, you're absolutely fantastic. You know you are. Super pleased. I couldn't ask for any more. But anyway, it's been a great day. I've been me, you've been you. Next time you're out, take very good care of yourselves and catch some fish and tight lines.
Windows down, scattered clouds, smell of spring outside. Open road, you sitting close. Let's go somewhere far away. As if all I have is you, then I'll be just fine.